2018 is done, which is something I'm sure a lot of you are excited about. But thankfully this year was actually pretty solid in the world of movies. And also if you looked outside the usual swarm of blockbusters that we got. And even then, a lot of the blockbusters actually were fairly solid. And before we get started, I'm sure a lot of your lists are going to look different to mine. But for me, these were my personal top 10 best or favourite films of 2018. Honourable mentions go to Isle of Dogs, Avengers Infinity War, A Quiet Place, Hereditary, and Upgrade. Number 10, Can You Ever Forgive Me? This is a movie that I was not anticipating at all. I enjoy Melissa McCarthy's work, but I wouldn't say I'm a fan of hers. And I wasn't familiar with the real life story or person that this movie was based on. But what a wonderful surprise it turned out to be. Melissa McCarthy brings it in a captivating performance that proves she has the chops to carry a big drama film, while injecting her sense of humour and wit that gives the movie a bit more flavour. Some of the big dramatic actors would kill for the comedic timing that McCarthy has. There's a wonderful real friendship developed between Lee Israel and Jack Hock, played by Richard E. Grant, that feels so authentic and charming even as they forge hundreds of false letters, where you want them to get away with the con that they're pulling, but you know things have to catch up with them eventually, despite how heartbreaking their situation is. This was a real surprise and I'm glad I caught it. Number 9, Bumblebee. I had been so burnt out by the previous Transformers films by Michael Bay that I was ready for just the whole franchise to be rebooted. When Bumblebee was originally announced as a prequel to the Bay films, I was just expecting more of the same. But as many of you who have seen the film know, this film is a reboot of the series and finally gets the Transformers right. Finally, we have a director in Travis Knight who understands why people love the Transformers cartoon in the 80s. That idea of a girl in her car that happens to be a sentient robot forming a genuine emotional bond that would make us want to have a Transformer of our own, while also respecting the look and feel of the Generation 1 Transformers. Finally, the Transformers looked and acted the way that they should. It is a little more G-rated this time, but making the film more family friendly is not a detriment. It gives the film a lot of heart and charm, and makes you want to see more adventures between Charlie and Bumblebee. Big thumbs up for Bumblebee. Number 8, First Man. First Man is a movie that sadly didn't perform as well as I would have liked it to. Being a reteaming of director Damien Chazelle and actor Ryan Gosling after La La Land, you'd think people would have gravitated towards it more. But alas, a very somber film about Neil Armstrong's life didn't quite win people over. And I don't blame them, this isn't a big heartwarming film. It's about loss for the sake of gain, while it subverts the expectations of a big American hero. This movie has some of the best visual effects and camera work that I've seen all year, where travelling to the moon has never felt more terrifying and awe-inspiring at the same time. The fact that all of the moon sequences feel incredibly real and authentic is mind-blowing, when you consider how much CGI we've seen in other movies these days. Ryan Gosling delivers a very subdued performance as Neil Armstrong that I just found touching and wonderful, and the score from Justin Hurwitz is still something that I listened to months after the film came out. Number 7, Annihilation. This is a movie that captured me from start to finish. It wasn't for everyone and polarized audiences when it came out. I sided more with the critics, where I found a gorgeous, captivating piece of science fiction horror about human self-destruction as we criticize and break ourselves down through times of suffering. Alex Garland is a director that I just want to keep seeing more films from. This is heady, out there science fiction that isn't afraid to leave questions unanswered, while it encourages audience participation in discussing the film's themes and meanings. Sci-fi films like this are a dying breed, considering this went straight to Netflix for international audiences. Do not be surprised if future science fiction films like this follow suit. Give it a chance on the biggest screen possible whenever you can. Number 6, Black Klansman. I am not a big fan of Spike Lee's films. His heavy-handed approach to displaying social commentary about race and inequality have always been a bit of a turn-off. Not that I'm saying he's necessarily wrong for doing so, it's that his social commentary can often take precedence over the stories that he's telling, not the other way around. He seems more interested in getting his message out than delivering a great story. Black Klansman is the first time since Malcolm X where I've found Spike Lee has delivered a balance between story and social commentary, where he builds up to the big, powerful ending that this movie has. We've got some incredible performances from John David Washington, Adam Driver, and Topher Grace that give the movie a lot of character and personality despite the heavy subject matter. This is a movie that gets you talking for the right reasons. Number 5, Roma. Straight up, this movie is heart-wrenching. It will leave you in a pool of tears. It's also in black and white with subtitles, so unless you are fluent in Spanish, you will probably be reading subtitles. But despite this, Roma is a powerful film about family, loss, and acceptance of guilt. This is director Alfonso Cuarón delivering a masterwork, where every single frame is at his command. The numerous one-take tracking shots are all executed with ease and perfection. Cuarón can command actresses running along a bustling Mexican street with cars and numerous extras bustling about, while making it all feel completely authentic and natural. The fact that Cuarón also edited and shot the film helps it stay with being consistently gorgeous, while offering a smooth pace that always keeps the plot and shots moving forward. While it is confronting in some parts, Roma is a film that shouldn't be missed. Number 4, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I have been a big Spider-Man fan my whole life. I'm a big fan of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man films and of course Tom Holland's interpretation of the character, and yet never expected an animated Spider-Man film to be my second favourite film after Spider-Man 2. This movie is delightful, clever and inventive, being the ultimate love letter to Spider-Man fans, where you could comb through this film multiple times and still find more hidden Easter eggs. The story of Miles Morales is finally brought to the big screen in a way that makes him feel relatable despite all the insanity and colour that's in the movie. Few moments this year have topped Miles making that first big jump in his Spider-Man costume. Plus this movie had Nick Cage as Noir Spider-Man, which still just amazes me. Number 3, Green Book. This film is the buddy road trip film that I didn't know that I needed. Directed by Peter Farrelly of Dumb and Dumber fame, we have a movie that handles heavier subject matter in a way that doesn't leave you feeling depressed or angry at the world. Yes, this might mean that Green Book isn't the most powerful film of 2018, but seeing an incredible friendship blossom thanks to 2 outstanding performances by Viggo Mortensen and Mahershala Ali will make you want to see positive change for the future, and make you believe that maybe incorporating positivity into the world will make things change for the better, rather than having everyone being filled with anger and hate. I understand why some may have issues with this film, but Green Book was a wholesome movie that showed how 2 completely different people could come together and change for the better. Number 2, The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. I am a big fan of the Coen brothers, so I was incredibly excited to learn that they were working on another western, as that is a genre that they thrive in, after True Grit and the modern western No Country for Old Men. The fact we got 6 different stories set in the Old West, all featuring different themes and tones, really made this a worthwhile experience that left things open for us to consider in the end. Different people enjoy some stories more than others. I was particularly fond of All Gold Canyon, about an old gold prospector that I found very wholesome. This is a gorgeously shot film with some amazing cinematography by Bruno Delbonnel, where I could honestly just sit and watch this without any dialogue. The movie offers some incredible vistas, with stunning lighting and framing to make any filmmaker drool. Maybe me seeing this after playing Red Dead Redemption 2 is the reason I'm more fond towards it, but I've enjoyed it more and more with each subsequent viewing. And number 1, Mission Impossible Fallout. This is the best action film since Mad Max Fury Road. Leading up to this movie's release, I reviewed each of the Mission Impossible films, which you can check out on the channel. With the exception of 2, each Mission Impossible film has outdone the previous one. This is one of the best franchises that somehow keeps getting better with each entry. Tom Cruise is an absolute madman, and I respect him so much for putting himself through all sorts of danger and insanity just for our entertainment. From the masterful direction of Christopher McQuarrie to the wonderful score by Lorne Balfe and the gorgeous IMAX shots of helicopters racing through mountains or a giant halo jump thousands of feet in the air, Fallout has so much packed into it, while also creating a narrative that offers closure and purpose to this part of Ethan Hunt's journey as a character. This is a film that deserves as much love and attention that can be thrown at it. It is near cinematic perfection, and why this is the only 2018 film that I've given my Mono's Choice Award to. This is innovative action filmmaking at its finest, and I cannot wait to see how the bar is raised again for the 7th Mission Impossible film. I am very proud to crown Mission Impossible Fallout my favourite film of 2018. Thank you for watching and for supporting another year of the Mono Report. The time is appreciated, and I look forward to sharing more content with you in the future. If you would like to see my complete list of 2018 films, be sure to check out the Letterboxd link in the description below. And also be sure to stay tuned for my worst films of 2018 list coming very soon. So guys, thank you for watching this video, and be sure to stay right here for your Mono Fix. Bye guys.